Yes, hello. It's Triple B back in this situation. Yeah, I'm not feeling that great today, Hopefully I haven't got the Sam Stroller disease. Yeah. But I wanted to talk about a gay. Yeah. Gay J, Anthony Joshua. So Anthony Joshua has released a visual, yeah, on his Instagram and Facebook. And he's wearing a Poland t-shirt, Polska. Yeah. Now, at this level, right? No one. There's always a hidden meaning. No one will drop a random picture like this at this level, especially when you're dealing with a multi-million-pound athlete. Yeah. So the question is, what does a gay mean by releasing a picture of himself with a Poland t-shirt, yeah, on his social media? Now, there are a number of ways to look at this, right? The most obvious would be, okay, is he about to announce he's going to fight a Polish dude? Yeah? Because there are problems with Usyk, so allegedly Usyk has been given leave so he can train. But last picture of him, he looked very slim. He's not ready to go into a heavyweight championship fight, in about 3 months. It's just... I can't see it, man. It would be very, very bad. Was kind of training for him to go in and drop in like light and fight a gay who's a big heavyweight. Yeah, of course he rinsed him last time, and most people who know about boxing would expect Usyk to stop Gay J this time, but you need to prepare properly, especially when you're a guy like Usyk, who's really a light heavyweight. That's the truth of the matter. He's a natural light heavyweight. So, the question is, why has Anthony Joshua released a picture of him wearing a Poland flag? Now, there are a few possibilities, right? He's obviously giving some hints, right? And he thinks he's clever, which he isn't. But he thinks he's giving a few hints, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to give you some hints. He's been bragging on, I'm going to make an announcement soon. There's been no announcement. Yeah? So he's hinting at that announcement. So you would think, well, okay, maybe he's hinting he's going to fight a Polish dude next, right? So the first point of call would be go to, the heavyweight rankings and find out what Polish guys are available. So there's Mariusz Vach. Mariusz Vach is a tough guy. He's been stopped a bit. I think he was stopped by Ortiz recently. He's 42. That would be a very weak fight for Gay J to take. Yeah. But the only other guy that's in the rankings is Adam Kavnaski. Right, Kanaski is a fat guy. He lost to Robert Helenius twice. Helenius is a good fighter, but he's shy of the top level. But Kanaski, yeah, he's got a decent record, 20-2, I think. Yeah, but he shouldn't be a threat to a gay. Yeah, so. The question is it Zege saying, oh, okay, I'm going to fight Adam Kownacki next until, Usyk is ready, and then we'll fight Usyk for the rematch for the title. That's very possible. Now, it's not a big threat to Joshua, even though he's gun shy, and Joshua is scared of fat pink guys like Andy Ruiz Jr., who smashed him to pieces, yeah? So... you think, well, maybe Joshua's a bit nervous. But I don't think so. I think Kanaski is fairly easy to hit. Yeah? He's greedy. I don't understand how these guys are like, these heavyweight guys, these fat guys, they'd be like, well, hang on. If I get fit and get in shape for 5-10 years, I'll make an extra $10 million. Probably more. But, I can't stop eating that sausage. Yeah? I can't stop them pies. the Taco Bell, them pizzas. Now, I don't understand how a top level fighter decides he'd rather lose 10 million bucks plus because all he wants to do is eat tacos. So, it's possible. Yeah, Joshua's going to announce a Adam Kanowski fight. Or you could say he is representing Poland because he's going to fight in Poland against a different guy. Now, the problem with that theory is, Poland is not very rich. They can't provide the tens of millions of pounds necessary for Joshua to fight in their country, especially if it's against a guy who isn't Polish. So I don't think he's announcing a fight in Poland, Joshua. Yeah. The third possibility is it's a political statement. Yeah. And you've got to do some mental gymnastics to understand that. So, Gay J does not like to make political statements. He's already said it. He will not comment on Ukraine. He won't comment on world events. Even though he is an Illuminati stooge, he will not comment on certain events. He will comment on BLM, Black Lives Matter, yeah, and talk about being Nigerian and Black Lives Matter. But this post does not fit in with Joshua's BLM loving, yeah. So why would he be supporting Poland? Well, maybe it's possible. As I said, he's an Illuminati stooge, but he is a quiet one when it comes to politics. So he might be bigging up, the fact that Poland are taking refugees, yeah, and encouraging Poland to carry on taking refugees. But truthfully, it's a fraud, Poland don't really want to take in a bunch of refugees. They don't, they're struggling. They're not a rich country, yeah. And, why would Gay J suddenly encourage them to change their thing? I mean, there's a lot of talk also about the Ukraine crisis. It's basically a fraud, yeah. What you read in your mainstream news is not what's happening, right? And that's from casualties, yeah. That's from the situation, yeah. That's from who's the bad guy, It's like for a couple of years they've been talking about how bad Russia is. They messed around with the US presidential election, even though there was like zero proof, yeah. So they keep on trying to badmouth Russia. That's not to say Putin's a good guy, right? I think Putin is like another Illuminati stooge, a pawn, and they are generating this conflict, both of them, and they know what's going on. They're generating this conflict so that they can raise fuel prices, food prices, yeah. They can create conflict and make people hate each other, and you get all these idiots in the UK who's like going, they organize this stuff like, let's do a nighttime vigil for Ukraine, and they sit there with their candles, virtue signaling. It's all nonsense, man. Yeah, if you look at other sources about what's going on, yeah, there are very conflicting arguments about what's happening. And by that I mean, the basis for this conflict. You could say, right, well, hang on, mate. The Donbass region, which is a Russian region, these guys are being persecuted. So you could say, Putin's trying to save them guys. Or you could be like, well, hang on, mate. Ukraine's very important to the New World Order because it's got natural resources, it's got gas pipelines, yeah. You've got to look behind. If you're just listening to the mainstream media and getting manipulated by them to think a certain way and change, your stupid Facebook profile to have a Ukraine flag and your pray for Ukraine, that kind of nonsense. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, there's some horror going on there. Yeah, and it's always the same. The people are going to suffer. The people, yeah. The normal people are the ones suffering for the power shift, for the money. Yeah, what's the guy, the Ukraine president, Zelensky or whatever his name is? So he's an alleged comedian, but he wasn't very funny. And he did some dance wearing women's shoes and all this stuff. Now he's a billionaire, not a millionaire, a multimillionaire like Tony Blair. He's a billionaire. He's got a place in Miami worth 35 mil. Yeah, he's made loads of contracts with other people to make money. He's just another NWO pawn. Yeah, and if you support him, you're a pawn yourself. Yeah, you're listening to mainstream media and actually believing that stuff, and not realizing that mainstream media, that corporations, that news, i.e. Reuters and Associated Press, who, by the way, are owned by the same families, they are manipulating you, and you're a fool. Yeah. So, what's really going to happen with this? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I still don't quite get why Ige is supporting Poland. I believe he's dipping his toes in what's the word, in the political sphere, because they know he's got influence. He's a low level pawn. He's just a piece on the chessboard, fool. Yeah. So and oh wait, the other thing I was getting obsessed. Yeah. And I forgot to mention this one thing. Yeah. So look at the picture of a gay with his Polish shirt. Look what's in the background. Right? The LGBT colours. Yeah. The colours of, you know what I'm talking about, LGBT batty business. Yeah. He's pushing that. Yeah. It's also a massive company. This company's behind him. None of this stuff happens, by the way, by chance. Yeah, it's all to say something. So he's basically supporting the batty business, and this car company that's a massive, rich corporation that's pushing, a certain agenda. So drop out, AJ, a gay. He's not on your side. He don't care about you, man. He'll pretend. We don't care about you, and push the Illuminati agenda, whether it's political, whether it's batty business, and you know what? We'll see what comes out of this. Is it a clue about who's going to fight? I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the most important thing. Yeah, it might just be a political thing from a gay, but it's possible. He's fighting Adam Kownacki, so that, the NWO can make Poland, they can take their attention from one thing to another and get them excited in an AK fight, so that they're not thinking about the politics of their country.